Hi guys, and welcome to a special kind of video today. We are trying out a new series called Leaving the Grid. Today we have our first episode with Sergio Perez, and what this will be is we will be going over his most memorable moment in Formula 1 in my opinion, which was the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix. I'm not sure if it was called that in real life, but it was COVID year and they used the short style circuit, so that is what we will be doing today. It's not quite the exact same short track they used, but nevertheless we are going to get straight into the weekend. As you can see now, we are here in what they called the pink Mercedes back in 2020 with Sergio Perez as we now fly through these early corners. And as you can see, this lap time is much shorter, less than 1 minute from start to finish. And we are going to aim as high up as possible here for the grid for the Sunday race. It's looking good so far. The overall performance of the car is fairly good. We did get a little bit of oversteer there going through that very fast left-hander. But as we bring it towards the end of the lap, running a little bit wide there as well. It's not been the best lap to start off qualifying. Definitely some improvement to be made, but overall feeling very sturdy other than a few corners. That one was pretty good coming out of the final corner. On the run up to the line, where will we be at the end of our first lap of the weekend? And it is P4, slotting in to P4. Well, we're down to P5 at the end of the session there, just behind Stroll, and we are not wasting any time at all, getting straight into Q2 now. But it was a great first showing from Racing Point. They were P4 and 5 in the opening session, and we have only 20 seconds left in Q2 to get a marker down, and we need to perform a miracle. And we are here now at the end of Q2, running very wide on the final corner, but we're straight up to the line. And will we be able to get through to Q3? And we are in P4. We improved 1 place from the previous session. Don't mind if I do. And that is enough for Q3 as we progress now. Going to start the lap now. We are currently sitting P10 out of every driver on the grid. And that lap for me was pretty much perfect, hitting most of, if not all of the apexes on the run up to the line. This should be a good lap for us, and it is. We actually go P1 in the session, just ahead of Verstappen. And at the end of Q3 there, with that one run, we are P2 on the grid with our future teammate Max Verstappen, our teammate Lance Stroll down in a low P9.
Welcome to the Bahrain International Circuit. Any moment now, our drivers will take to the track and the Bahrain Grand Prix will begin. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Alexander Albon, and Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Stroll, and Esteban Ocon, Norris, Vettel, Daniel Kvyat, and Gasly, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Roman Grosjean, and Nicholas Latifi. Magnussen and George Russell ends our grid lineup. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
We are now ready to start for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It is now 5 lights. And away we go. Verstappen getting a better start, but the second phase, we outdo the Red Bull driver as we're now dragging down to turn 1. Verstappen takes an edge with Bottas trying to go round the outside. And it's Ricciardo up the inside, but we do maintain P2 early on here, slightly cutting over that first corner. And we maintain a brilliant P2 off the start, with now Ricciardo as a little buffer between the two Mercedes of Bottas and Hamilton behind us as well. What a start here on lap 1. We have Verstappen and the lead in our sights. Can we make any inroads, or will Verstappen jet off for the win? We will find that out very, very soon. And hopefully in this race there will not be any spinning or crashes from ourselves, as in the real life Grand Prix. Perez went all the way down to last place with a spin, and he came all the way through in this amazing race to win the whole Grand Prix. But as you can see now, guys, we skipped to lap 4 and we've got a very menacing Valtteri Bottas on our tail, trying to come around the outside of turn 1. Not quite. We currently have dropped Hamilton in the Mercedes and Albon in that other Red Bull seat, but we have Bottas all over the back here trying to take away our P2 that we've worked so hard for in the early stages. Coming again with DRS down the back straight. Bottas, nothing he can do on this occasion. Verstappen starting to get away and eke out that advantage in front with the fastest laps as well. As we skip to lap 5 now, our pit window is open, but also skipping is Bottas straight past our pink racing point. A little lock up there from Bottas, but it's not enough to give us a sniff of an opportunity to regain the place. But we will have an opportunity for the DRS here. Can we make the best use of this and get Valtteri Bottas back for P2? We're gaining all the way down this straight. We have a little look to the inside, but ultimately we're not close enough on this occasion. So we're going to have to stick behind him for a little bit longer. And we're gaining on Valtteri Bottas all the way down the straight here. We decide not to pit. Likewise with Bottas, we both stay out, and we're gaining all the while, taking a little cheeky dive, a little look, but not quite. We are not able to unsettle Valtteri Bottas in P2. We remain behind for the moment. We now also have Hamilton starting to gain on us behind, getting very close to the DRS window, and we're starting to get a little move on now behind Valtteri Bottas, trying to make an overtake, but we're still not close enough. So we're going to have to wait for the main straight as we get on to lap 7 now. Still not in the pit lane, any of us front runners. Verstappen, Bottas, ourselves, Hamilton, taking another cheeky little look down the inside, but no opportunities arise. And Hamilton now is very much here in this three-way fight for P2. The two Mercedes putting me in a Merc sandwich, and we need to try and get Bottas soon if we want to try and keep a podium, let alone P2. But we skip now to the end of lap 7, where we come into the pit lane. Bottas continues, but we have Verstappen and Hamilton both in the pits with us. So hopefully this will be all good and we don't lose out any places. Oh no, and as we say that, Hamilton has got the jump on us in the pit lane. So now we have 2 Mercedes cars to try and overtake in this race. It's got that one little step harder for us, with Bottas still remaining to have a pit stop, and Hamilton is right out in front of us as we give him a little kiss on the back of his car, not quite unsettling him in any way, and he looks ready to go. Will we be able to keep up with the pace here? I am not so sure. He closed up onto the back of us in a rapid fashion, but skipping on to lap 9, Bottas has now come out of the pits for his one and only pit stop, and all 3 cars are within a second here of each other. But very interestingly, Bottas is out on hard compound tyres with the rest of the field all on mediums, I believe, and Hamilton is getting racy on the back of Bottas as well, looking for a move to get through. So it won't just be ourselves, and this is going to be a very tasty end to the Grand Prix. Coming on to lap 11 now, as you've seen, Hamilton is past Bottas, and we go right round the outside for a gorgeous turn 1 manoeuvre on Bottas. Put that in the highlight reel, Sergio Perez. That was amazing, and we do also manage to stick on to the back of Hamilton for that DRS to crucially stay ahead of Bottas here, and I feel like that was a very poor strategy from Bottas's side of the garage, as he is now dropping away in P4, and Hamilton has gone up the road in P2. Unfortunately, there's not been anything that we could do to mount a challenge to him in this Grand Prix, but we now have Valtteri Bottas back on our tails for the last lap of the Grand Prix. Will we be able to hold on? It's going to be extremely close. There's only one DRS opportunity left for Valtteri Bottas, and it looks like he will not be able to make full advantage of that. He looks like he's too far back, Bottas, and yep, I believe that is it now. With only a few corners left to go, Verstappen will win the Bahrain Grand Prix ahead of Hamilton, and us as Sergio Perez will come home for a memorable P3. It's not quite the finish that we wanted. It's not quite the victory that he was able to achieve in real life, but nevertheless, it has been a fantastic drive with a few amazing moments throughout. And yep, Sergio Perez up to the line, finishing now in a superb P3.
Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I mean, can it be anyone else other than Danny Kvyat? His performance today really set him apart from the other drivers out there. He's got to be happy with how he's done here this weekend.
Well, Ants, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So that, guys, is the end of the video now. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the video. I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Peace.